After years of waiting, rumors, and speculation, we've finally been introduced to the PlayStation 5 Pro. And honestly, it's not quite what many people were expecting. The console's power is impressive, no questions there. But there are a few confusing aspects that we'll discuss right now. As expected, the new version is more powerful than the regular PlayStation 5, with an upgraded processor, improved GPU, frame generation, and a significant boost in performance. However, its price and overall value raise some concerns. First, the PlayStation 5 Pro will cost €800, almost twice the price of the disc version and the digital edition at launch. Secondly, for €800, you're only getting the base PlayStation 5 Pro without a stand for vertical positioning and without a disk drive. With those accessories, the price jumps closer to €1,000, and when you factor in customs fees, taxes, and store markups in various countries, the final cost could increase by another 100 or 2. Thirdly, no new games were introduced for the console at the time of its announcement. All the improvements apply to existing games, and any difference in graphics will be hard to spot without a detailed comparison. Overall, the PlayStation 5 Pro presentation left mixed impressions and divided the fanbase. Some are shocked by the price and Sony's approach, while others are satisfied and ready to place pre-orders. By examining all the details, let's figure out if the PlayStation 5 Pro is worth buying. The main focus of the PlayStation 5 Pro is its significant boost in performance. The CPU and RAM received a modest 10% increase, but the GPU is where it shines. It now features RDNA 3, supports scaling technology similar to DLSS, and delivers 33 teraflops of power, comparable to an RTX 4070 Ti. When you add the new DualSense revision with a larger battery and a built-in 2TB SSD, the €800 price tag for the PS5 Pro doesn't seem so steep. Building a PC with similar specs for the same amount is nearly impossible, considering that the RTX 4070 Ti alone costs about as much. In this regard, the PS5 Pro justifies its high price. However, the real issue lies in the promises that this console will be able to consistently run new games at 4K and 60 FPS, which seems unlikely given the current state of game development. Many developers still struggle to deliver 60 FPS at 1080p, and at the start of the PS5 generation, Gotham Knights was released at 30 FPS. Think back to the PlayStation 4 Pro. Its standard version often ran at a locked 30 FPS, while the Pro suffered from inconsistent frame rates. The PS5 Pro will likely face similar issues. Despite the console's power, developers will still release poorly optimized games like Jedi Survivor or Cyberpunk with frame rate drops. The only games where the PS5 Pro will likely achieve stable 4K and 60 FPS are first-party Sony titles or older exclusives like Uncharted, The Last of Us, or Horizon. You might see 8K in Gran Turismo 7 or 120 FPS support in Horizon, but are you really ready to upgrade for slightly enhanced versions of games you've already played? Personally, I'm not, and as someone who owns a regular PS5, I don't see a reason to upgrade to the Pro. By the way, check out my recent video comparing the PS5 Fat and Slim versions. The only feature that really piques my interest in the Pro version is the new, still somewhat unclear PlayStation Pro Boost function. Supposedly, it will work like the boost feature on Xbox, and automatically enhance older games to take advantage of the new console's hardware. For example, if you can only play Bloodborne at 30 FPS on the regular PlayStation 5, this boost should unlock the frame rate, allowing the game to run at a higher FPS. At least that's how it sounds. How well this feature will work in practice remains to be seen once the PS5 Pro is released. Overall, the new console is perfect for those who are new to PlayStation and haven't played Sony's main exclusives yet, or for those who always want the most powerful hardware. For everyone else, there's little reason to buy the PlayStation 5 Pro right now, especially if you already have a PS5 Fat or Slim and have completed all the key exclusives. There may come a time when upgrading makes sense. Sony might lower the price. There may be noticeable graphical improvements or stable 4K and 60 FPS support in new games. But at the moment, the PS5 Pro seems unnecessarily expensive and not particularly essential. Moreover, Sony appears to have made a mistake by listening to fan requests for a more powerful PlayStation 5 Pro at a lower price. Those who spent years discussing their wishes online clearly weren't expecting a price of 800 euros, although it is justified for the hardware included. As for the impact of the PS5 Pro on the market, its release is likely to deal a significant blow to Xbox, particularly the Series S, which is already struggling with running games at low resolutions. The gap between the PS5 Pro and Series S will become too large, and developer support may dwindle. This will also affect the more powerful Xbox Series X. Eventually, Microsoft might realize that this generation is lost, pushing them to release the next generation of consoles sooner than expected, possibly in 2025 or 2026. Sony will likely follow with the PlayStation 6, and once again, we'll be debating not about new games, but who has more teraflops and sharper graphics in decade-old titles. In conclusion, the PlayStation 5 Pro is an impressive console with strong specs that will be ideal for newcomers or those who crave the best performance. However, for current PS5 owners, the upgrade doesn't seem justified yet. The price is steep, and the real improvements for games remain questionable. Whether you should upgrade now is up to you, but the PS5 Pro seems like a niche offering for a select group of enthusiasts. We'll watch future updates to see if this console is worth the investment in the long run. Share your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about the new console? Will you pre-order it or stick with the standard version like I am? I'll be waiting for your opinions. See you soon.